All right, so as people trickle in, I think we're going to get this started. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you for coming over here. It's nice to be reminded that people actually like me. So all I really like to do is, thank you.
Yes.
So apparently the way we're going to be doing this is going to be like a little bit of being interviewed first, and then we'll be doing the Q&A section. But considering how many people are in here, I imagine you all have questions, and you all weren't here to watch me get interviewed, and I agree with that. So I'm going to make the executive decision to cut the interview shorter than usual, so that I can prioritize all of you lovely faces.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Yeah, thank you for showing up. I see a lot of faces I've seen before, mostly Ben. Fuck your pain, real Ben. But other than that, I'm very happy to be here, and get things underway. So let's get it started. You said you had some questions for me, so let's get it going.
Well, can I introduce you first? Can I get the crowd hyped
I'll
for
give
you?
I'll give you that. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Well, first and foremost, thank you all for being here. Hi, my name is Javon Gore, department head here for Mages, and I'm also recently a member of the board of directors, so I somehow made more work for myself here. So, yes, my job used to just be a small section, now my job is everything. So if you have any complaints, please go to our lovely feedback form, and we'll take it under advisement. Thank you so much, board of directors. All right, but you're not here to see or hear about me, you're here to see this person over here. Hello. All right. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet to get the height up. First and foremost, I have ran into Sonic. This is my fourth time technically, but Sonic would not be able to pick me out of a lineup. So it's just like, hey, Sonic. And then it's just like, and then that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sonic is super famous, so it's like, understood. But this is a dream come true for me. I'm a video game researcher, studied the FGC, and so being here is monumental for me. So I'm trying to not geek out, but trust me, the aura is pouring out everywhere. But again,
he's geeking out.
just a little bit. But again, let's get hyped once more for, what is this, 7-time EVO champion, placed on the All-Star alumni list for Forbes 30 Under 30, has received the Esports Player of the Year at the 2018 Game Awards, and just literally so many countless other championships, such as the Mortal Kombat Pro competition, and the list goes on and on and on. Everyone, please stomp, clap, shout, whatever you want for the incomparable, amazing, godlike SonicFox.
Oh my God!
Sonic.
This person. What's your name?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm Maxine.
Maxine is taking me out right now. So thank you, Maxine. Maxine's
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Let's get it underway. Let's get these questions on.
All right. So I just have a few things. These are selfish questions of mine, but hopefully entertaining for the rest of you all. So one of the things, as a games researcher, I've always been fascinated, especially with your trajectory, is how do you know what games actually get your attention, right? Like Mortal Kombat, you've done Skullgirls, Dragon Ball Fighters, and you've dabbled in Tekken as well, right? So what gets your attention, and then how do you become what I call competition ready for it?
Well, what gets my attention is if I just literally looking at it, if it just generally looks like a good fighting game, right? It's why I honestly, personally, I'm sorry if there are KOF fans in here, but I really just have zero interest in playing King of Fighters, to be honest, because I watch it and I'm just like, it's just I graphics wise and gameplay wise, it just looks so uninteresting for me to play. But other games where it's there's a lot of impact, a lot of cinematics to it, a lot of really good story. I'm a sucker for versus games, so any team assist-based fighting games, that is my blood. Okay, so games like that are always draw my attention, and if it's gonna likely have a big esports scene for it too, that also draws my attention too. I just generally it's. Like I said, it's not about it's not about winning for me, right? It's the hunt. It's not about the kill. It's about the hunt. Okay, that's the fucking thrill of competing in a fighting game with top level players. Nothing like
Let's
it.
stick with that thread. The hunt. you've gone on record multiple times, like, oh, I just enjoy it for like the fun of it, And I'm like, fuck off, Sonic. Like, ain't no way, right? But like, I see it in your face. Like, even when you like maybe lose a round or lose the whole match.
I our create.
Even when you lose a round, lose the whole match, you still. There's always like a smile, like a brightness to your face, even though I've seen. And honestly, you have put many people like this, like walking off the Evo stage like mad. But even when you lose, how do you keep that spirit alive? Like even in that defeat, you still keep going. What's that motivation right there?
I just furrowed my mouth. Honestly, like I said, I just love playing fighting games, and every single time I lose, that means there's something I can learn, and I can get even better. So it's like I'm on my Goku flow. I'm not even joking. Like when I lose, I like playing players better than me. I like losing. Losing is fun to me because it means like I can get better, and then like the satisfaction of finally like doing it to that person, like that's everything to me. So.
All right, so let's take it back to one of my favorite games that you played, Mortal Kombat X. Right, your Aaron Black, absolutely amazing, right? But once people started to understand your Aaron Black, you switched up the game.
Yeah.
How do you know when it's time to move on to another character?
When you start losing. It's like I don't want to ever be put in a situation where I don't feel like I have options anymore. So if I'm playing against a bad matchup, I mean, I'm a competitor, I will just pick a character that doesn't lose a matchup. So for example, this last Evo, I picked literally top 1, top 2, top 3. Johnny Cage, Homelander, Sindel, in that order with the 3 best characters in the game. And I counterpicked accordingly based on each opponent I came. So my game plan was when I was going through pools against random players that I didn't recognize, I would pick Homelander and just because his set play is just really stupid. But then some people I recognize, like like Denzel, where I know he picked Johnny Cage, and instead of picking like Homelander, I'd mirror him with the Johnny Cage mirror because I was more confident in my gameplay.
Right.
And then, for example, in winners finals of Evo, there was that Ashra player that I was fighting against, and I was like, this is the only matchup I'll use Sindel because Sindel does really well against Ashra. And I just kind of employed that game plan and then covered all my bases so that I didn't feel like I was down anything. And I won because it's just I want all my bases covered, and I will pick any and all characters to play. And you should too if you want to be an esports competitor. Like, stop just playing one character, play to win. Oh my god.
So, on this thread of you gaining like prowess over time, right? Me and you were just on stage talking about community and how you had people come over to your like house and literally like train together, like right. It's like sounds like the Hashira, like kind of like training, right?
The training camp.
Right. And so, what does community mean for you in that instance? Like, was it something that you grew up with, knowing that the only way to get better is to just keep finding other people like in the same space as you? And how do you become that fulcrum for other people?
I truly believe if there's like a
This
like
mic is killing me.
this mic is definitely killing me right now.
Do this for you. Let's see.
Sick. Okay, so I truly believe that like one of the best ways to get better at a fighting game is to have that group of friends that really want to push each other, like get strong together, like be good at a game together. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter the fighting game. It's just anything. Like I mean anything, like cards, being a musicians in here, like anything. If you want to get good at it and like get good at it really fast, do it with friends. There's nothing like getting good at something with friends. It's like it makes the experience that much more enjoyable. So you get to bond over certain things. You get to push each other, and you get to grow together. And so me making that training camp at my house, like it was really cool to push all these players to get as strong as me, to help them push me, help me test some new team ideas. And I ended up, winning that entire. I did that training camp for Evo for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I ended up winning the entire thing. And what's really cool is one of the people in my training camp also made top 8 there too.
Right.
So it was really cool to be able to really push my friends and then see we could do this.
Right. So this brings me to, I guess we were already on this thread, like who inspires you, right? Like who inspires you to keep being motivated, right? Who inspires you to keep going? I know there's names in my head that pop up, but I want to hear it from you.
I don't want to say there's people in particular that inspire me. It's just community. Like the idea of community inspires me. There's like not that one person that's like, yeah, just keep, no. It's rather it's like building community with these people that you've already made friends with, and generally getting to understand and know about each other instead of just keeping it in game. Like really understand your friend and understand like, hey, like if we choose to be like this can be more than just a game for us. This could be our lives, right? So I think when people recognize that, it allows for such a deep bond between not only like just friends, but just a deep resonance that exists within the community.
Right. So you mentioned this just now, like career. So you could have been an electrician. You could have been a hell of a punter, SonicFox and Friends. You know, a lawyer.
What made a lawyer? I'd be a really good lawyer.
Godlike lawyer, right? All right. Of all the things, right? What was that moment like for you when you decided, nah, this right here, this is it. Like this is my career trajectory.
I remember I was in college. I dropped out of college, by the way. You don't need college, so don't, over tell you need college, you don't.
But if you want to. If you want to. But
so I was in college. I was studying for computer science. One of my dream jobs is to make a fighting game, my own fighting game one day, so look out for that. But I was studying computer science, and then I remember I got a phone call. I'm not sure if people in here know who like Rick Fox is. If you do, like pretty much them and like his agent, they just randomly just called me on my phone. I was like, "Who's this?" They're like, "Rick Fox." Like I heard of him. I knew he was famous, but I was just like, "Why is this dude calling me?" Right? Like I was more so confused. Like I don't really get like starstruck when like celebrities call me. Honestly, I'm so like celebrity illiterate that like when somebody's like, "Oh, that person's famous," I'm like, "Huh." So I remember getting a phone call, and I remember they were just like, the salary they had. Like I had never, up until that point, ever worked for a salary on a team. I just kind of played for fun, and like I just made my money off of, like, my tournament earnings essentially. But the salary that they presented to me, I was like I was like actually like just stun locked when they offered me, and I was like, and that's when I knew. I was like, this is the start of my like actual career.
Right.
I already knew that I was like good at like fighting game events, but like I always considered how long term is that actually sustainable. But realizing that like I had the skill sets to be a top player as well as market myself and have somebody recognize that and help me push that. Like I mean, here I am now being able to give these talks like this. Like I boost my image. Like it was just really awesome.
Right. I think you're also touching upon like something tells me that you just knew who you were, and that propelled you forward, right? And I think, especially in times such as these, with everything that's going on, with all the identity that you hold, black, queer, furry, all these things that some people indemnify, right, and outright are trying to suppress legally as well. How do you maintain your sense of joy throughout all of it?
So there's one thing I live by is you can't make everyone happy. You truly you cannot be everybody's friend. You can't make everybody happy. But then again, not everyone matters. So
can you say that again for the people in the back?
So I'm gonna say that again. So you cannot make everybody happy. No matter who you are, it doesn't matter how kind you can try to be, how nice, how much empathy. Somebody will always hate you. Okay, so you cannot please everyone. But then again, not everyone matters. So for the people that do matter in your life, they're going to make sure that you know that, and you make sure you change for them, okay? For the people that do matter to you, but do not ever, and I mean ever, change for people who do not matter in your life. So it was very, very, very easy for me to maintain this is who I am. And for, those people that are on Twitter, they're like, oh, all you do is talk about how much you're gay, black, and I'm like, go suck a dick. I don't give a shit. I truly don't care. And in fact, I find immense amusement saying stupid shit just to piss you off. So, because I truly know that their issues with me are non-issues. Because they don't know me. And I don't care for them to know me.
Right.
So, I only want to change for the people that I do think matter to me. And I do listen to a lot of, like feedback for the people that truly understand me.
Right.
And I have changed countless times for them. I used to talk a lot more shit, but as you can see, I'm a little more tamer nowadays. But I think empathy goes a long way.
Right.
And understanding that and realizing that folks in my life that also understand empathy and are patient with me, I think those are the people that are my ride or dies. So
Beautifully said. Again, this is a dream come true for me. So I wish I had more questions for you as a researcher. I actually have about 2 hours worth, but I won't do all that right now. And so let's give a hand for SonicFox at this point. Thank you so much. Again.
So. I guess now we're going to enter into our Q&A section part.
Yes.
And I'm curious about how you want to do this. Do you want to like just like?
So there's a mic. Tom, can you actually help for a hot second, please?
Yeah, no. I was gonna say there's two ways. I can just kind of like point people off, or we could do like line up. Like, but I feel like people are comfortable in their seats. So would you guys rather just sit in your seats and just have me point you off, or you guys trying to line up? Like,
it makes too much sense. Okay, I think.
Yeah, if you can grab a wireless mic and just hand it to people, and y'all just raise your hands, and then I'll be picky.
This is Tom, one of the other department heads. Can we all say hi to Tom?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll start pointing at people. If I hate your outfit, I won't point. I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I actually love that Arc outfit. I did main that character in Lumina.
Also, I'll main that character in Lumina.
Yeah. She is so sick. She's like, that character was so fun. Yeah. Unfortunately she's in Lumina. So Oh yeah. I'm like, she's sick. Unfortunately, she's in Lumina, so I don't really play it anymore.
As Tom is getting, is it good?
Test.
No, doesn't sound good. As Tom is trying to get the mic, by all means, Sonic, go ahead and choose your first.
Yeah,
victim.
we can start. So basically, first and foremost, who has a question for me? Okay, but for real, who actually has a question for me? Okay. So you seem really excited to ask me a question. I'll let you go first.
Oh, yeah. Hello. What's up? So you mentioned earlier how
Test.
There we go.
like not to compete, screw single one character, to learn many. Awesome. So you were saying earlier how like it's much better for competition to learn many characters over one, which totally makes sense. But for me, I guess me personally, just because I'm trying to really drill down fundamentals, I'm like, okay, let me just play this game, pick one character, and all I'm gonna focus on is just how to be good at, this fighting game and these fundamentals. So, I guess, what do you think when I say that? When I say I want to pick one to understand the game fundamentals better?
That's a good approach. Like starting the game and just picking one character that's gonna teach you the game really well. That's a really good approach. But sometimes you learn a character that does not teach you the game very well. It's just that character is either busted or does this one game plan that you can just abuse and think you're good. And it doesn't. Once that game plan gets nerfed, you realize, oh shit, I'm actually not good at this game. So I think learning a solid character that will. Dude, that was not Fuku. Shut the hell up. Well, actually, no. Pre-patch Fuku was kind of like that. But I think learning a character to teach you the basics of the game, and for you to truly understand it, and then realizing, okay, this is this character's weaknesses. So what is the character that can abuse the mechanics really well, or excel in the mechanics really well, and what is the character that also worked for you? Because it's one thing to just pick a top tier, but if that top tier isn't your playstyle and you don't vibe with that character, just play a second top tier. Play a different top tier that gets the job done.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Who's next? Okay, we'll do. Since you're right there, I'll do you next. Yeah.
For starters, I appreciate that you demand your hug when you win. But how do you feel about comeback mechanics in games? Do you think they're good for a competitive environment? Like, for instance, in games like Virtua Fighter, they don't have comeback mechanics. But like Tekken, there's rage arts and rage drives and all that. In like Marvel, there's X Factor. How do you feel about that?
I'm indifferent to it. I have seen some terrible comeback mechanics like Power of the Grid, for example, like Power Rangers. But then I've seen some pretty solid ones like DBFZ. I think. Sorry. Day one DBFZ's comeback mechanic was really excellent. I don't know what the hell they were thinking after the final patch of the game, which is why I dropped it. But I'm indifferent to it. I do think comeback mechanics are cool, but they should also be executed properly. Like I don't mind, like for example, like Mortal Kombat has Fatal Blow. Like that's your comeback mechanic. You just hit them and just half-lives them. Right? That's I think is pretty cool because you still have to go out of your way to hit them or make a read. But like I said, it all depends. Just all depends. I definitely think if I made a fighting game, I would have a comeback mechanic, but I would at least make it pretty engaging. So long as the comeback mechanic's engaging, I think with both players, there's a lot of interaction happening with both the players. I think it's interesting. But when there's not a lot of interaction with both the players, it's just like, I'm going to do this and I might rob your entire team. I think that's really stupid. So, next. We'll do Maxine. Right in front.
Thanks. What do you think are the what are the components that allow a game to have longevity, allow a community to latch onto a game more than others?
I think legitimately the only thing that allows for longevity of a game is people actually playing it. If people keep playing it, it will last for as long as I mean, I'm a Skullgirls player 11, 12 years later, okay? And I remember being there 9 years ago at majors, but there was only 4 people, and I was one of those 4 people, and seeing now that the majors are averaging 200 people and things like that, seeing how far we've come, I'm but just sitting here and showing up, that is all it takes for a game to have longevity. And you will always, and I mean always, find players who are willing to play with you, I promise. Let's go over here a little bit. Yeah, let's go fast.
Really hope this question isn't gonna be irritating to you, but
It's okay. I like irritating questions.
do you know you remember Six Erican by any chance?
Oh God, yes.
Do you think he's playing a character? Because he seems like
No, he's actually a piece of shit.
he really is.
No, I generally think he's a piece of shit. Based off the things I've seen him
Because
do.
there's times when the comedic timing on some of his losses, or some of the things he's talking about how he's such a badass, and then right after he says that he loses, and
I do think there are character aspects about him, but no, he's all which is that's fine. You're allowed to have character aspects about you, but you can also be a piece of shit too at the same time.
Fair.
So he's both. So it's a character and he's also a piece of shit. So it does not help his case.
All right.
So, next question. Yeah, let's go to you.
First, I just want to say that as a furry queer gamer, it was really important for me to see you when I first did, and it's really important to me that you exist, and thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
So my question is, what was your first game, the one that you first really sunk your teeth into that made you think, oh, I'm a gamer, you know?
Definitely Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9, when I really sat down and played with it, I was really good at MK9. And I was I'm nice at this game. And that's when I was 13, 12, 13 playing this game. So it was really awesome playing a game like that. MK9 was the one.
You jumped on the scene when you were 16.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I jumped on the
Early
scene
for
when I was 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won my first major when I was 13. I'm not even joking. You can actually go back and find images of me, or not even videos of me, literally winning my first major. If you want to see that, I think it's East Coast Throwdown 4. That is, I'm not even joking. That's 11, 12 years ago. Wow. So, and then you'll see me as a minor. Yeah.
I will also say you're the reason I got Skullgirls at all. So.
Let's go. You can see me in the background. All right, let's go to you. Yeah, let's go to you. Yeah, right there.
So Evo Grand Finals of 2022, Skullgirls was you versus your then teammate at the time, to Kill Sage.
That's right.
In a very, very close set. Did you have any expectations going into that set, and how good did it feel after?
Well, like I said, the Kill Sage is actually my best friend, and I have known him for legit 10+ years. So I wanted to show him I was better than him. Because our rivalry, he wants to show me he's better than me, and I want to show him I'm better than him. So it was just beautiful to see Grand Finals reset 2-2 final game, final match. Really us pushing each other, but only one of us can come out on top. And it was I'm very, very, very happy that I can definitively now say that I am the best Skullgirls player on the planet. So.
I was going to say, do you guys still talk about it amongst each other?
Oh, of course. We still talk a lot. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's my best friend. And he recently beat me at last year's Evo, but I wasn't really playing that much anymore. But we have a really very, very close friends. He's actually one of my ride or dies. I will do anything for that person.
But you won the set that mattered.
Oh, yeah. Pass me my Skullgirls praise, baby. Questions. Blue hair.
Is it okay if I rapid fire 3 questions at you?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Number 1, my first experience with the FGC was 2016 Evo. Li Joe makes the top 8 finals for Street Fighter
Street Fighter,
5.
yeah.
And it was the first time I realized, like, oh, there's like a national aspect to this. Do you feel the pressure of representing the United States when you are at those major tournaments?
Imagine representing the United States in 2025. There is a reason I go to an event and I put the trans flag as my representation. Okay? I'm like, imagine representing America in 2025. I'd rather represent literally. In fact, when I went to replay, even during like COVID in Ukraine, I saw they were like putting regions, and I was like, can I put the trans flag up? And then they went out of their way. Like an hour later, they had a nice flowing graphic of the trans flag, and I was like, that is what I'm trying to see, because I am not ever trying to represent the American flag ever again. Okay. Second question, go.
What was the hardest fighting game for you to figure out?
The hardest fighting game for me to figure out, probably no. Strife is the easiest fighting game for me to figure out. Oh my god. The hardest to figure out. That's a good question, actually. Skullgirls could be up there. Tekken's pretty fucking hard to figure out. Tekken was pretty hard for me to figure out.
Is it
I
because
did.
of the Z-plane axis?
That is actually a thesis of why it was so hard to figure out. I'll probably give the Tekken. Tekken's probably the hardest for me to figure out. I did figure it out, and I know what it takes for me to remain a top player in it. But I don't know if I'm willing to do that, but I did figure out. I'd say Tekken's probably the hardest one. Last one, go.
And last question, I feel like we're in the golden age of fighting games. So many of the top IPs are like shining right now. But with all the future games coming out, 2XKO, there's the Hunter x Hunter game. There's
You don't know?
Fatal Fury. What game are you most excited about that's like on the horizon?
Okay, so it seems like people don't know about this, apparently, but there is a Hunter x Hunter fighting game coming out, which is a 3 versus 3 fighting game. And yeah, I'm all in for it. I played it before, and I am all in for it. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter and then Impact. But I obviously, this is an easy question. This is an easy answer for me. It's easily 2XKO. Like 2XKO, I'm all in. Like I'm sure y'all saw me playing some of the betas, some of my cracked out movement with Echo. Like I am all in on that game. I think that is going to be the FGC esport. I'm all in on that game. But I will also play Hunter x Hunter in the meantime, because that game is that to me. Especially since I played some of Hunter x Hunter, that game. It's very ignorant, okay, and very violent, and I'm here for it. So, yeah. I'm like, it's very busted, and I'm here for it. Okay, so. Question 3, Platt, go ahead.
So with the introduction of the EVO side stage this year,
Yeah.
is there a lesser known fighting game, say like Breakers or DNF Duel or something along those lines, that you would like to see hit that side stage and get some more attention?
I think Dead or Alive 5 last round deserves its fair dues. I think Dead or Alive 5 last round was one of the only fighting games that was really popular that never made Evo. So I would love to see a game like that have a chance to make it. So, yeah. Next. We'll do you in the green. I think green.
Hi, would you mind if I ask 2 questions
Yeah.
real quick? So I guess the first question is, how do you typically teach someone of lesser skill? Let's say it's a friendly. Do you play at a slightly higher level than them, or do you typically play at like your complete best?
I always play my best. It doesn't matter who it is. But that's not. I don't want to disrespect them doing that. I want to show them the difference between like me and them. But that shouldn't discourage you, because I should believe anybody in this room can get as good as me. But you have to be willing to put in the time and effort to do so. But anybody, and I mean anybody, even with zero knowledge of fighting games, I promise you, if you apply yourself and really want to get good at them, you can all get good.
You had mentioned about community, right?
Yeah.
Playing with others, yeah.
Yeah, the way I teach people is all dependent. I am considering doing coaching at some point, but the way I teach people is very dependent. If I think they work on one thing, then I'll probably start abusing one thing until you overcome it. The thing about fighting games, it's very problem solving, and you only have yourself to blame if you cannot solve a problem. And so if I realize, like, it's just not even matter to you, if it's anybody, if I realize I can just press this one button and keep punching you in the face and you don't know how to deal with it, I will only press that one button and I'll look at you with a nice smile doing it the entire time. Okay? I'm like, you're not showing me you know how to deal with this, and You should do that to other people too. And whatever you're doing, if you're playing a game and you realize you don't know how to deal with it, spam it. Like, fuck them. Like, spam it until they learn. Because they only have themselves to blame when they don't know how to deal with it. Second question, go.
Okay, so I guess it's a generic question. When you're in the lab, essentially, what are you typically looking for to do? Like, this example, like Conan released in Mortal Kombat like a few days ago, and I think you were like streaming Twitch to like bottom. Yeah. Were you focusing on like combo theory? Were you focusing on frames? Like what
I was so to me, it's not the same for everybody. This is how I approach it. Like anything, I focus on neutral first. I focus on game plan second, and then combos. Combos is easy. Legit combos is the easiest thing, which is why I think when people learn combos first in fighting games, that's the wrong thing to do. You want to figure out how does your opponent even hit you? Like what does a character have to even open you up, and then what can you do with that? Once you realize what you can do with that, like for example, let's say this character has an unreactable overhead or an unreactable low or a command grab, can they do something with it? Can they force an opponent into a situation? Okay, now that we're in this situation, what can I get out of it? Because it's really easy for me to go on Twitter and just look at combos. I'm like, oh, stolen. Because like when people come up with like setups and advanced tech and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't really need to come up with that stuff. I'll try to, of course, because it's fun to me to try to come up with my own shit. But people will come up with more advanced stuff than me, and I'm a professional fighting game player, so I'll just simply be like, oh, look at this really crazy tech somebody came up with on Twitter. Yoink, I will apply this better than you. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Red shirt.
So you mentioned earlier that you really like games with team dynamics. Yeah. Are we going to see you top 8 for MVC2?
Oh, I'm not playing MVC2. I'm sorry. My favorite fighting game is already based off of it, so which is Skullgirls. So I will not be playing MVC2.
Are you excited that MVC2 is back at EVO?
I'm excited to watch it because Yipes is like one of my all-time favorite people. So I'd love to watch Yipes compete in that game again and win another EVO. That would be, or Justin Wong. I want to see Justin Wong versus Yipes in grand finals. That is what I want to see. So that's what I'm looking for.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll do you in the glasses. I think you had a question. Yeah.
Sorry if you answered this earlier. I came in a little late, but you can practice a lot. And this is for anything really. You practice a lot in private or with friends. It's a different psychological space than being on stage or in a competitive arena, and like the emotions are different. How did you sort of teach yourself to deal with like frustration or panicking and things like that when you get on a competitive stage?
Honestly, that takes time. I still get nervous to this day. No, it doesn't matter where I am. Whenever I'm competing, I still get nervous. I still get anxious. I do suffer with my own bouts of anxiety. But I don't want to get to me because I've been doing this for many, many years now. And I know that the other person next to me is also anxious and also, feeling the pressure too. So despite me feeling the pressure, I always tell myself, especially like it's like I feel like so much of my pressure gets relieved the moment I lose a match or even a set. I lose, I'm like, oh, I feel great now because I have nothing to lose anymore. Like I feel like I can just play how I want to and just have a good time because I generally feel like I have nothing to lose. I feel like I'm so nervous when I'm in the winner side of an event, but once I'm in the loser side, I just feel so relaxed, so calm. I'm like, I'm about to make the craziest comeback. I'm gonna have a good time. It just takes time. It's really hard to answer. It's never really easy to keep your nerves under control. But what I can do is sense when other people are nervous, and I will try to explore things about you if I think you're nervous. So I know I will. It's fucked up actually. Let's go, Poseidon. Skullgirls player.
Yeah, just a little bit. I have 2 questions. One I want to save for the very last question, but the first question is, of all the games you've played, because you've definitely played a lot, what's your favorite character actually play all the games?
Out of all the games I've played, oh my god, there's never really that one favorite character.
Who do you like bullying with the most?
Oh god, that's a hard question. The RoboCop is crazy, but that is a good clip. God, there's so many characters. Jetta's up there, and one of my all-time favorite fighting game characters I've ever played. Jetta's up there.
Jetta from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Yeah, Infinite, but even in Darkstalkers, I really enjoyed that character too. Honestly, almost any SG character is just like so much fun. Mortal Kombat 9 Sonya is really up there. Like, MK9 Sonya, that was a fucked up character. Batgirl was a really funny character, but I would honestly say like MK9 Sonya is pretty up there. MK9 Sonya is easily my favorite bully character.
And the second question I'll ask later.
Later, ooh, that's mysterious.
I'm nervous.
Okay.
What's this later part?
Yeah.
Hello. So just real quick, how do you stay consistent under stress? Because I've seen you've been like down a bracket or something, but you always do the bracket reset. You come back. Like how do you stay consistent?
It's just the same question from the person that asked me earlier. It's just time and practice. Like I have a good handle to my nerves. Like I feel great because I know the other like at that point, especially once I'm in losers, I'm like I'm not playing to win anymore. I'm playing to make sure the opponent's having a bad time. Okay, so because I'm having a great time, and I've stressed people out many times in tournament, just kind of doing stupid shit, making crazy reads. They're just like, why would you do that in a tournament set? Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's why. So thanks. Of course. You in the very far back.
That thrill of the hunt thing is really real for you, even in losers brackets.
Oh yeah, I'm just here to have a good time. Okay? Once I get sent to losers, I'm like, like, I'm just vibes.
So since Skullgirls has wrapped up their final current character roster, are there any characters from like the original Kickstarters and stuff that you would have liked to have seen or played in the roster that didn't make the cut?
There was only one character that didn't make the cut that I really wanted to have make it, which is Brain Drain.
Oh.
Brain Drain, I think would have been a perfect character. But to be honest, like, especially like 5-6 years ago when I thought development stopped, our final characters were Robo Fortune. The character that I did want was just like I was like, I need this character to be in this game like right now was Annie. I was like, Annie of the Stars, like that is my spirit character. I'll put an update there. Annie's like probably one of my all-time favorite fighting game characters I've ever played. I was like rolling, yeah. I was like Annie and Black Dahlia were the two characters where I was like, I need these characters in this game like right now. So you should have seen my reaction when they announced Annie for mobile, and I was like, oh, she looks pretty cool. And then they cut to her actually in game. I like legit. If you saw me on that day, I was like, I was like screaming. I was like, it's actually like legitimately. Think of your favorite fighting game of like 10 years. 10 years later, you're getting DLC content and like new stages. Not only are you getting DLC content and new stages and everything, it's also your favorite characters in that game. That shit was like one of the cool. Wow, dude, fucking kind of. But that shit was like one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. I could talk about Skullgirls literally all day. Launch Party never stops. How much to put my persona in the fighting game? Because he's already at background stage. You know I would do that. I would still do that. Are you serious? I'm like, are you kidding me? 200,000. Like, yeah. Any more questions? I see a lot of. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll do Afro like that over there.
So lately, I've enjoyed going on to Fightcade and just checking out weird old games.
Sorry, you're getting called a lot of slurs, but go ahead.
I'm mostly actually play them with friends. But I'm wondering if any games come to your mind. There's like old games that you think most people haven't heard of, but should probably check out.
Oh yeah, JoJo's Heritage of the Future.
Or if it's just.
Oh yeah, JoJo's Heritage of the Future is my favorite like Fightcade game on there. I love playing Jotaro and just doing like the coolest. Oh yeah, Jotaro's also like it's like my spirit character. Okay, if you want to see like, and so much to the point, like I'm not sure if you guys have seen like updated art of my character, but like a lot of my character's art and like design wise and alpha wise is inspired from Jotaro. Like I just think Jotaro's like one of the coolest protagonists I have ever seen in an anime, and so what I need in my life is a brand new modern JoJo's fighting game that I can really dive with and play my spirit character. But in the meantime, we have Heritage of the Future, and I really recommend people on Fightcade. If you haven't played that, you should check that one out too. It's really good. Who's next? We'll do you. Yeah. Yeah, I guess me saying you doesn't really help.
So, I've played a lot of time fighting games. I love fighting games. That's one of the reasons I'm here, of course. I'm just curious, what do you like to play on your free time when you're not labbing, not getting ready for competition, etc.?
VR chat.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not.
VR chat, really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, I probably have more hours in VR chat than almost like any fighting game combined. I finished playing. I finished playing like any fighting game for the day, and then I go into VR chat for legit like 8-9 hours a day.
So you're
okay?
standing in your living room.
Yeah.
Just with the
headset on,
Just
full
like-
body tracking everything in my persona. Like, you know, like I'm hitting that shit in full body. Oh yeah. I just think once you have a headset and I'm actually gonna. I didn't realize this, but it's actually
Go
a deeper
ahead.
question. So I'm actually gonna delve into it a bit
Please.
more. But it's because of VR chat that like I'm around even now, because some of the people have just uplifted me and supported me in ways beyond. Like I truly have a second family in VR chat. So much to the point. So much to the point. Like my roommates are from VR chat, and I legit love them to death. Like I have seen when I realized what VR chat could be. It legit opened my mind. At first, when a lot of us, I'm sure, came in during the COVID boom, and I got on it, and I was like, oh, it's just gonna be this one game. I'm gonna get on and grief some folks, troll, and then get off. But then I started to see real emotion in that game. I started to see real connections. I mean, some of my best friends, legit, one of them's from Sweden, one of them's from LA. They met in VR chat, got married in VR chat, and like I even helped pay for their fiance visa actually. But like seeing stuff like that and seeing how real these relationships are if you just truly apply yourself to them, it was everything to me. And as a result of that, I applied myself to it too, and now I can truly say I have a second family. I have my found family from people from VR chat. Honestly, why I'm there all the time. I love playing games with them. I love hosting, GMing, killing games. There's like a 5-hour like role played like Danganronpa game that I do. I even so much to the point I even have like a Monokuma retexture of my character that I do over there, and I GM. I might stream it actually one time to show people like some of the killing games that I do on there because they're really fun. I love putting my friends in a social experiment game. I'm like, how shitty are you guys as friends? But no, VR chat has been everything to me, and I cannot recommend it enough. The second addiction lately has been poker. I was even playing poker. Yesterday I went to the MGM and was playing poker. Yeah, poker. And then lately, unfortunately, it's been Roblox. I've been having so much fun with Roblox lately. It's just such a stupid game. But it's like the engine is just so impressive to be playing on there. Sorry, that was me rambling.
Well, I will say one thing. You did say community was everything, and I think Roblox, VR chat, that's really cool.
Yeah. I don't really have much of a community in Roblox. I actually do go on there just to grief people. But VR chat, on the other hand.
I like what you said. There's deep historical context for all of this, like online connections, especially with World of Warcraft folks. Getting married, meeting up, finding community in online spaces has deep historical ties. And so to have like this VR chat community, I never would have thought you as a VR chat person, to be honest. So this is blowing my mind.
No,
right?
I love
but to
VR
find
chat.
refuge in a community is beautiful. And you said that those people can be responsible for you here today. So let's give a round of applause for VR chat.
Yeah,
and, it was absolutely amazing.
VR chat, I truly believe, especially if you get a headset, the headset is worth it. Once you get a headset, it's just game of the year every single day. So.
Game of the year every single day.
Q&A brought to you by VR chat. Any more questions? Let's go, Arcade.
All right, I got a couple. I got like one big question. Since I know you did say earlier you actually grinded with like a bunch of folks like at your house and whatnot. Yeah, I know like this is gonna be a long. I know for some places, like some local scenes, especially like me coming from the DMV, like I know you went to Xanadu one time. Thank you for coming out for that.
Xanadu's now closed, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
they
rest
recently
in peace.
closed, yeah.
Rest in peace, Xanadu. But like now that like kind of you notice like locals are starting to like die out. Like how do you think the local scene is still gonna be like alive for like most of these fighting games or like?
I think so long as people come out, they will always be alive. Doesn't matter what it is. And people still come out for even obscure fighting games. Like even Skullgirls, people still go out for locals. Like, even Oceania, I've seen it. So long as people come through and play, like, it's fine. Like people will show up always.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Gotta support your locals.
Oh yeah, gotta support your locals. It's just that with the new age of like online rollback, I see why it's a little bit harder. But support your locals. Yeah, support your locals. Ben, did you have a question? Yeah.
So
So, excuse me. So, what's it been like adjusting to the fame and like the notoriety is not the right word, but like when you got like better and better, starting from like DOA, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, whatever, to Skullgirls, and then Dragon Ball. Like you were signed by multiple teams, you've been part of multiple like organizations, but like how does it feel like being like at the top enough where you be like invited to a panel at MAGFest? Like, is this like, do you feel like stress in public ever? Do you ever like, if you want to just enjoy the convention after this, people will come up to you? Is that something that, bothers you or not? Like, how do you handle all that?
I would say it's a blessing and a curse. Sometimes people try to get close to you, become friends because you're famous, and nothing more than that, and then they try to use you and abuse you off of that. And I've experienced that many times, so I'm very picky about the people I try to become friends with and get close to. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come with some blessings. Like, it is really cool to be able to talk to people like this and show people my perspective. It's really cool to be able to go around and just inspire people. It is fun to take pictures every now and again, but sometimes, it can sometimes, unfortunately, be annoying when you're trying to just hang out with friends and you get approached by a lot of people, which I'm not against it. Please keep approaching me, but I that is me being truthfully honest. It can sometimes be annoying, but I can deal with that. I don't mind annoying. Okay, I truly don't mind annoying. A lot of people let it get to their heads, and they get really rude to those kind of people. You should never be rude to your fans. Unless they're rude, then absolutely fuck them. But really, sometimes you can lose your sense of humanity, I think, and you can let the ego get to your head. And I saw a line where that could have happened to me, and so I'm very thankful for the people in my life that didn't let me get to that point. And like I said, empathy goes a long way. So that's why. We'll do. I'm gonna do some of the newer questions. People who haven't asked questions before. You with the Bob. New Bob.
Thank you. I'm a Guilty Gear player.
I
know. And while Exard is the better game, I do play Strive.
Exard is definitely the better game.
I think Strive has like one of the worst ranking systems in any fighting
game. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
modern at least. And it often feels like you kind of hit a wall, like while playing the game. So like half your Celestial games, it's like you're stomping the other player, and the other half, it's like you can't even play the game.
Welcome to Strive.
I guess welcome to Strive. I guess the question really is like, do you ever feel like you've hit that wall in like your career where you're playing and like, do you feel like you don't understand like what you're doing wrong or what you need to do better?
So I think you're experiencing my biggest problem with Strive. So let me disclaimer this. What Strive did for the fighting community, I think, is phenomenal. Getting a lot of brand new players who've never even touched a fighting game to play Strive and like them to engage with it, I think it's like one of the greatest things ever. However, as a result of that, they made things too easy. So, for example, I'm gonna take this water bottle right here, right? I'm about to flip it. I want you to tell me, am I gonna land this or not?
50-50.
Yeah, no. You tell me. Am I gonna hit the flip or not?
Are you a Johnny player?
No, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it.
Well, then it's okay.
Congratulations, I played Strive. Like, that's how I feel like playing Strive. Okay, so every single time, legit, what you're explaining is I feel like when you're plateauing, we don't understand how you're getting better, and how sometimes you just get hit and you lose the entire game. You're just like, I'm like, yeah, it just feels like you're gambling sometimes. And I do not like playing fighting games where I just feel like it doesn't matter how good I am, the player can just do something stupid or make one read and then lose the entire game for it. Like, that's how generally that's how I feel about Strife. It's also how I feel about Street Fighter, so I don't play those games anymore. It's actually even what I feel about Tekken too. So I feel like one of the only few modern fighting games where it's like you don't just randomly like lose the entire game for nothing lately is like Skullgirls, Mortal Kombat. That is the only games like of modern time where I feel that way. Grand Blue Rising, maybe. I didn't say it was a fair game. Okay, I play some violent ass games. I don't say it was a fair game, but you do have to be nice at that game. So, well, the thing is with reads, right? The thing is, I like to prioritize neutral over reads. The thing about Strive is that like you can just actually do something really stupid out round. So it's really hard to stop. Like really, really hard to stop. And you just get your offense going by doing something really silly, I feel. And all it takes is that one read for you to kill the entire opponent the entire game. Like legit, I tapped you once or I woke up TP and you lost the entire game for that. I do not like playing games like that. It's just too, when it's the offense is too oppressive without any like good defense to balance it out. I do not like playing games like that. And so that's how I feel about Street Fighter, where legit you can throw me once, and it doesn't matter how good I am as a player. I just need to figure out how many times are you going to throw me, and then maybe one time you can, instead of throwing me, you do this, and then I lose the entire game for it. And so, yeah, because if you get in the Street Fighter, if you get shimmied, you just next game, like actually next round. So that's how you take the throws. But then you've seen at the highest level somebody just play Ryu. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it where you're like watching a game where they get thrown like 10 times in a row. You're like, why did that just happen? Like it's because if they do this, you're dead. If you go to third attack. So I think games like that are so stupid when you do shit like that. So I'm gonna make sure that I make sure I get questions before I get reoccurring. I'll do the one in the very far back if I do reoccurring questions. I'm gonna make sure I get everyone first. Sorry, blue hair.
Sort of in a similar vein to that, are there any fighting games that you really enjoyed playing, maybe casually, or you just kind of picked up to try it out and said, "Oh, this is fun," and then decided you would never want to play it competitively?
Probably Virtua Fighter 5. I think it's a really fun game to play casually, but I was like, I'm not playing this competitively, but I'll play it for fun. I was like that initially with Tekken 8. I did play it competitively, but the more and more I played, I was like, no, I'll play this game for fun, because this game is kind of a grief game. So, yeah. It's just sometimes it's nice to play fighting games for fun. I might even consider playing Street Fighter 6 again for fun, because for what it's worth, I do think Street Fighter 6 is a really, really good fighting game. So. Okay, we'll start doing some recurring questions now. Oh, wait, did I answer your question before already? I think I did. No, okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I was like, wait, I think I did, I didn't, yeah.
Do you plan to compete in Virtua Fighter when it comes out?
The new one? Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, we'll see. It's a really cool game, so we'll see. We'll do you there.
One sec.
No. I heard the question was, are you planning on playing Sparking Zero? And the question is no.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just asking if you were in playing Sparking Zero.
No. That's an arena fighter. I don't want to consider that a proper fighting game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll do fast now. Yeah, and then we'll do blue here next.
What's your favorite fighting game in terms of just pure aesthetics besides Skullgirls?
Pure aesthetics, probably Darkstalkers. Just based on aesthetics alone, easily Darkstalkers. Like Darkstalkers aesthetics is really good. If not, Mortal Kombat. Blue hair.
Thank you.
Which blue hair? Yeah. The anime protagonist in the front right now.
So I haven't been deep into a Mortal Kombat game since MKX. So I'm just wondering. I see a lot of like volatility towards MK1. Why do you think that it's so divisive, MK1 has been?
The reason why I think there's a lot of divisiveness with MK1 is because it had the Street Fighter 5 problem. I'm not sure if people know the Street Fighter 5 problem, but it just released kind of unreleased. Like that's it. That's the problem with MK1. It released unreleased, and as a result of that, I don't think it got the flowers it deserved. I think now it's getting really, really good, but the initial release of it made it kind of hard for that. Do you the cap?
So for someone who struggles with like mentality of getting better and stuff, fighting games kind of piggybacking off getting in your own head and stuff, or your ego, how do you tell someone to improve that?
Learning how to be humble, I think, is really important. Like it's nice. There's confidence and there's cockiness. Confidence means you know you have it, like you know you got it, right? Cockiness is once you get humbled. Okay, so be humble. Make sure you have it. Like if you're nice, you need to know you are nice. Okay, and there's easy ways to test that you're nice. If you're nice, go get your ass beat. Okay, and if you don't get your ass beat, then you know you're nice. And if not, then have people that are willing to call you out and hold you accountable too. I think people who hold you accountable and call you out, I think is really, really important.
We're down to our last 5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll make this fast. I could do a green shirt again.
So there's always essentially like strong players in the FGC like Kazunoko, Go1, Fenrir, and Punk. and most people when they face them directly, they're like, "Shit, I gotta fight them."
Wait,
Is-
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Is there anyone in bracket of any fighting game that you're like, "Oh my god, I gotta face this person"?
Oh, all the time, yeah. Like every event I go to, I'm like, I don't want to fucking face this person. Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time, but I mean, it's not me trying to, it's fun. Like I say, it's like fuck, I gotta fight this person, but also yes, let's go, I gotta fight this person. It's exciting. It's exciting. I want to be able to show everybody that I can beat everyone, so it's really exciting.
Is there a single player that you're more concerned of, or just depends on the game? I
It
guess?
all depends on the game. It's case by case. I'll do Plaid. Yeah, I do Plaid. Maxine, and I know you had a question, and I don't think I answered your question yet.
So piggybacking off of that question, is there anybody in a non-FGC capacity that you want to fight? So, for instance, like Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega have a very famous rivalry in fighting games.
Yeah, I've actually done content for them or with them before for MK11.
But is there anyone you haven't faced that you want to?
In a fighting game, like a celebrity wise? I guess that's a weird question. I don't.
SonicFox versus Idris Elba.
Yeah, I'd rather. It's not so much I'd want to face someone. Rather, I would want to teach them. Right.
Who
so I'd probably maybe Lil Nas X. That would be really awesome to teach Lil Nas X on Link.
Didn't you show up to one of the concerts?
Oh yeah, he recognized me. Yeah, he put me on street.
I saw it. He was like, "Oh my God, Sonic!" And I was like, "Oh my God!"
And then I ended up twerking on stage, so that was crazy. So, Maxine, yeah, I get a question. Maxine, right here.
What fighting game franchise would you like to see make a comeback?
Darkstalkers. Shadow.
You may have answered this in some capacity already, but besides VR chat and then, all the fighting games, are you a fan of any other video games? Like, are you into any other kind of genres?
Any other genres? Like I said, I don't really play too many other games. The only other game that I really was like, I'm locked for this game was Final Fantasy 13-2. Okay, 13-2 in particular. 13-2 in particular. 13, because people complain about 13-1, being a hallway simulator, which that's fair. It's fine. I love the characters, so I dealt with it. But then 13-2 fixed all the issues that they had with 13-1, and then I'm telling you, 13-2 is an experience. Go play 13-2. Okay, so okay, Poseidon, you said you had your super ultimate question.
Yes, the last one.
So we know that your OC has gone through a lot of different changes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm very curious.
I'm not telling you why the arms are red.
God! Come on! I keep hearing about this. I don't know why.
You can keep making theories, but what I'll say this. What I'll say is this. This one right here you see is younger Sonic. Okay, so if you look at my Twitter, there is older Sonic, so there can be some more hints that are being given out by my character.
Which one is more broken, younger Sonic?
Oh, the older Sonic, easily. But okay, so here, I'll put it like this. So let's say I put both those characters in Skullgirls right now. Both of them exist in Skullgirls right now. Okay, young Sonic is a support character. Okay, set play, support, helps team player. Okay. Older Sonic is I'm going to mix your shit. Okay. Older Sonic
I
is
hate
like,
it here. I'm leaving.
Yeah. You want older Sonic and on point. Okay. You in the back right there. I didn't get a question with the. I saw you raise your hand up with the. Right there, to your right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you raise your hand and then.
Okay, so the question is, who was the toughest opponent you faced at EVO?
At EVO, Goichi easily. Goichi was like hands down probably the hardest person I've ever faced in a fighting game ever.
Okay.
Yeah, Goichi easily. And I can, like I said, that's just another hour we don't have of me to talk about my rivalry with Goichi.
So we do have to wrap it up here, but I do want to do one thing, Sonic, if you indulge me. I like taking group photos.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I take a group photo with all of you guys?
Tom, if you could come here so we can get everyone from this angle.
Yeah, I'm going to have a photo of everybody, too. Truly, I appreciate you all with these wonderful questions. And I get to,
give it up for Sonic, everyone.
About each and every one of you. This is really awesome. I will have if you check the the panels, I think I have an autograph session tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. So if you want to get some autographs from me and stuff, I'll do that. I'm not doing them now, so.
Oh, it's Sonic and I and Trinidad Black, executive director of the Black and Gaming Foundation. We also have our panel tomorrow at 5:30. Panels room 5.
Yeah, I have an autograph section and the panels. And like I said, I know a lot of you were curious about getting good at fighting games and stuff like that. So if you come on Saturday to the Consoles Expo, I do have a competitive MK101 panel too. So I will teach you how to get good at Mortal Kombat at least if you want to actually learn. Huh? I think so. Yeah. I will actually teach you how to get good at Mortal Kombat.
So
but you have to
Sonic,
come.
we're gonna go down there, and Tom's gonna come.
Okay.
Here.
Well,
All right.
I'm gonna picture from my phone.
All right.
I'm gonna get in full fursuit for you, y'all. So let me.
All right.
Y'all stay here.
Okay.
Let's take a group photo.
It's SonicFox.
I gotta put this shit on first. That's why.
You all don't understand. I'm geeky the hell out right now. Like, I mean, you are too, but come on now.
You trying to put it around, or?
Yeah, just put it around my neck.
Oh, around your neck. Okay.
Yeah. This should the very top right there.
Oh, eclipse. Okay. Where's it going? Oh, it's in that side. Okay.
Yeah, so let's all take a group photo, yeah?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Do you have my phone camera ready too?
Yep.
I'm not going